Hey everybody, Carolina Knives here. Oh, I haven't made a video in maybe a month, a couple weeks or a month, but if you keep up with my shorts or my Instagram, I have been active on there. I don't know, just haven't really felt like making videos or putting content out there. I know I probably should, but it's just, I didn't lose the drive to. I just, sometimes you get bored of it, and I don't really want to get bored of knives, so I took a little bit of a break. But today's video, we're looking at some trappers. That is the primary knife I collect, case trappers. If you've kept up with my shorts, you know this is an older slip, one of the first couple ones I made. Stitching, as you can see, not the best. No dye. I did do the US stamp, and this is the old logo, CK, Carolina Knives. I did get a new logo in I think the newer slips I'm making look a lot better than this, but this is just your basic rectangle type slip, and it does drop out. This is a classic case trapper, yellow Delrin, 6354. Because bone's 5, no, stag's 5, bone is 6, yeah, 3254 CS. As you can see, it's got a little bit of spotting right there. I might need to get that off before it rusts, but I carry this knife. I won't say I carry it every day, but I do carry it. It's hard to pick up patina and not natural lighting, but one thing I really don't like about this knife is the spay blade is super recessed. As you can see on this red bone, it's poking through right there. This one, you can barely even see it. You gotta like dig your finger down there to get the spay blade. But, I mean, this is a classic. Everybody knows this knife. This video is kind of a couple users and a couple of trappers I really like. Newer trappers that I really like. Obviously, I like the older stag and older bone, but this is kind of a 2000s and up video. This is actually a 2024. I bought this brand new, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to use it. It might be rare in a couple years because of the pocket clip and carbon steel, but I said screw it, and I just started putting it in my pocket, and it is so carry friendly. Because it has the pocket clip, you don't have to have a slip. You don't have to have a special space in your pocket for it. You just put it in your pocket like you would any other knife. As you can see, carbon steel. It's got some wear on it. And this is 2023 or 2022? 2022. So this is the year where they were still doing the stamp instead of the new pattern where they're doing the just laser engraving, which I don't really like, and I don't know why they would switch it. But as you can see, that's different. 62, 54, C, CS. C stands for clip, then CS is carbon steel. But I really like this shield. It's almost like a table leg or a chess piece or a roller pin, some people might call it, but this bone turned out really good. Got some white in there, super dark in the middle, lighter on the edges. I'm glad they did use Torx and they didn't make it where it was just permanent on the knife, so you can actually take this off and it's not permanent. But they did do this pattern with a red bone and carbon steel without the pocket clip, so you could get both. I think so far the only ones they do with pocket clips are the amber bone, CV, and this one in CS. There's the tank stamp. I'm sure y'all have seen this knife. I do carry it a lot. Especially if you have Instagram, you know I carry this knife a lot. But this is the I'll call it the bee's knees of trappers right here. This is the little case, gentleman's roll, I think they call it. Just kind of like a leather holder. Now, I do not carry these knives. I'm kind of scared too. There you go, case XX on it. I did not make this, case makes these. Not really scared to carry them, more like I just want to keep them in mint condition because I have them in mint condition. We'll start right here. This is the Case whiskey bone, very sought after these days. It's brand new, never been used, never been sharpened. This one is pocket worn. It's got kind of whitish brown, and then it gets into the more orange. I love the jigging on this knife. It's pocket worn, so it's smooth, and it's very just smooth and shallow jigging compared to this kind of rough, super deep jigging. I like this one much better. Case XX USA shield, kind of stone washed. And for those of you who don't know, this is I think 2013 or 2018 for 2016. This is just about as good as case trappers get. It is CV, 6254 CV. Great snap, not really any gapping, but you see the edges, it's almost like whitish brown. It's almost like a creamsicle, I call it. But these are very sought after, and I'm very glad I got one and was able to get one for a pretty good price, especially in this condition. But just very fortunate to have this knife, good looking knife, and I don't think I'm going to be the one to use it, and I don't think it's going anywhere, so I don't think it's going to be used. This one is a newer pickup, new to me, not year new. I think this is a 2013. Nope, 2016 again. I guess a good year for case trappers and patterns. But this is a smooth antique bone, but just look at that bone on the back. I've showed this one on Instagram before. I don't think I showed it on YouTube. It is just, you kind of see, it's not jigged. It kind of has that just bone texture on it. This one doesn't have that on the front, but it still has great color. Love that police badge shield. And when I saw this knife, I think I got this on Whatnot for like $40. And you cannot beat this. I don't even know. I've never even seen another case trapper that looks like this. But I just fell in love. He was showing it on Whatnot Live. If you don't know, that's like an auction. It's a live auction. So he was showing it like this. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool with the police badge. He starts showing the color. Yeah, this color's cool. And then he flips it over, and I said, I've got to have it. So I just put max bid like $45, and then I got it. This is stainless steel. It's not carbon steel. But brand new, never been used, never been sharpened. There's 6254. I think all of these are 6254s other than the yellow synthetic. But just beautiful knife. The clip point just looks so good. Just, I guess, a great year for case trappers. Good snap. Centering, pretty good, a little bit off. As you can see, I like these knives a lot. Can't say enough about them. So that's why I put them in this little roll. This one is just about as good as case gets, in my opinion. That cigar band shield, if you want to call it that, with WR case on, like, it stamped. It's not engraved, it's stamped, so it's going to stay there. Got fluted bolsters, just beautiful jigging, beautiful bone. The back looks really, really good. I don't know what they call this bone. It's not worm groove. It's almost like jigged worm groove, if you want to call it that. But what's special about this knife is it has the copper lock and what other knife has this? I know the mini copper lock, full-size copper lock. I think that's it with this style clip point blade. And that, I just that should be what is on every trapper. I mean, that is just beautiful. They should do this a lot more. They should not end it with this one. I know this is super classic. This is just a traditional trapper, but this clip point just looks amazing compared to the normal one. With that long pull, the swedges, the finish on the blade. This is a 2024. It just came out, so it's got that the engraved case on it instead of the stamped. But the spade blade is just plain. It's just a normal spade blade. This is stainless steel again. I know everybody, oh, carbon steel, CV, but I mean, you really can't beat this knife, especially, I'm not going to use this at all. This is definitely going to stay in my collection and going to stay mint condition, but there's some knives that you just don't use, and I just can't, and this is one of them. No point in messing up a knife and getting it all scratched up and patinaed like this one. Beautiful. Oh, and forgot to mention, it's nickel silver liners, bolsters, and back springs, so no brass in it. Not even the pins, not a single piece of brass in this knife. It's kind of that old-timey, just looks like something made from 1920s. It just, hard to beat that. Next one. Actually, I'll lay these out for you guys so you can see them real good. Put that one over there. This one over here. Got to do that because that one has the pocket clip. Just a couple classic case trappers, really hard to beat. This is the last one. And if you're anybody who knows anything about somewhat modern case knives, you know this one is just about as hard to find as a tested knife right now. I mean, it's these two right here are about the hardest to find case trappers to date. And it is just, I know why now, because this is the newest edition of my collection, and I've been hunting it, and I finally found somebody who had one and was willing to part with it for a somewhat decent price. And for those of you who don't know, this modern CS is not the same as 1095. There's a different mixture. That's why it says 1095 carbon instead of CS, because this is almost like a mix between their old CV knives. That's why everybody just fell in love with these. It's almost like bone stag, but dyed orange. It's called Sunset Valley jigged bone. There's some long name to it, but basically it's just dyed bone stag, but it just looks so good. There's something about the way that looks. It's just, they should do this style way more often, especially where it says there's no shield and it says carbon 1095 on it. Something about that just looks so good. This is a 2022, and this was a Smoky Mountain Knife Works special factory order, so that's why it's so sought after too. Just beautiful looking knife. These two are just so pretty. I wanted to kind of show my really nice case trappers that I probably won't use, and then some users, so y'all think that I use my knives, which I do. I use a lot of my knives, actually. I got a whole box of users, but I just don't show them a lot. But I also have mint condition knives, which I enjoy keeping a good looking knife mint condition. It's just, I'm not going to use a knife if I don't have to. Some users, like this one, you got to have one of these as a user. I got a mint condition one and I got a user. You just got to have one. You got to have, you know, your favorite pattern as a couple users. Like if you have a bunch of Stockman or Whittlers, you got to have a couple user ones. But there's just some that I cannot use, and these are definitely one of them. Some of them. This one, I kind of debated it for a little bit, but I'm not going to do it just because that bone is something else. especially these two. You're probably going to say, oh, they're carbon steel, CV, use them, patina them. I can't do it. I'll never get rid of these knives, so they're going to stay mint condition, and I want to keep them that way. But normally, if I'm going to use a knife, I'll make it slip for it. As you can see, it's got some pocket time to that slip. I am a welder, so if I use any knife, it is going to get just completely torn up. Grinder dust and spatter and just not good conditions, oil. So if I pick to use a knife, I'm going to pick one and be careful with it, and definitely pick one that I do not love so much or have a second one of. But that's today's video. Just wanted to show the 4 trappers I really, really love that I will never get rid of. Very fortunate to have in my collection. And then kind of a user, just to show y'all that I do use my knives. Thank you for watching this video. You liked it, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and maybe the algorithm will push this video out to some more people. Even though I don't post a lot, that most definitely hurts my channel, hurts the subscribers that I have, but I don't want to get burnt out of something I really love, and I do really love case trappers, as you can see. Thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your Sunday afternoon. Bye.